o'clock in the morning, just sitting up here in the tree stand thinking about how much time it takes to be successful bow hunter and shoot a nice deer. And a nice deer to me is 130 plus is a good deer to me. Just thinking about how much time that we spend making sure our gear's ready to go, shooting our bows, checking tree stands, moving tree stands, food plots, trail cameras if you run the trail cameras. But just it's all year. I mean, as soon as you shoot your buck or whatever for the year, I mean you're concentrating on next year again already. Shed hunting, timber improvement if you have enough ground where you can drop trees where the deer can live. There's so many elements that go into being a successful bow hunter. And I'm not, you could be a first timer and go get your bow the night before the season and go stumbling through the woods and shoot a nice deer. That happens. But to be successful year after year and to become a good seasoned bow hunter, it takes lots of time and lots of effort. And last Friday we had a pig of a 10-pointer coming, and I thought it was over, and he held up and ended up not coming in. And I remember praying, later on that night, saying, Lord, if you just give me that nice buck, I'll use it to glorify you. Like the buck I shot last year, I did a devotion with him, and I guess I was trying to make a deal with God, saying, if you do that again, then I'll do that again. But there's no deals to be made with God. So, the only thing I got from that was the fact that I need to glorify him anyway. So, and I decided the first thing I was going to do when it got light enough was to do another devotion. And I've been reminded this week by a few guys that are asking, when we're going to start that video series, the call video series again, and why we haven't been posting much, and so that was a nice little reminder also that this is what I'm supposed to be following through with this stuff, and not worried about God serving me, but the other way around. But anyway, I've been lucky enough to go speak at a couple churches this fall, and one thing that I've been speaking on is Malachi chapter 3, where the Jewish church and the people have kind of fallen away from God and have been more, the world has become saltier than following the Lord, following God. So what he tells them is, he says, bring all your tithe into the storehouse so that there's food in the storehouse, and I will bless you beyond what you can even handle, and even challenges them on it. He said, he said, test me and see if I don't tell you the truth, that if you bring all your tithe in there, I will bless you more than you can handle. The fruit on your vines won't drop off before it's ripe, or the crops in the field won't wither and die, And the way the Lord shared that with me was, he doesn't need our money. He wants us. He wants our time. So I looked at it as, we have 24 hours a day, and if we spent 10% of our waking hours, say you sleep 8 hours, so you're awake 16 hours. So if you spend 10% of that, I think I calculated out it was 96 minutes. So if you spend an hour and a half a day seeking God and that relationship with Jesus, imagine how that relationship would grow. Whether it's reading the Word or praying or godly conversation with brothers and sisters in Christ. Just spending that time filling yourself up, and I can only imagine where my relationship would be if I did that. And I'm trying to weave God into my life so tight that He's at every corner, and He is at every corner, and that's what we need to understand too, is that we can't separate ourselves. We can't say, you wait over here, I'm going to go do this, because He's with us everywhere we go. So just I guess it's maybe a little bit of try that. Try it for a week. Pray and read the Word for a week. for an hour and a half a day and see where it goes, see where that relationship goes to. It can't be a bad thing. I appreciate you guys watching these videos, and they're a lot of fun to do, and it's a blessing to me to get to do them.